Hello, I'm Cody, and welcome to Session 2 of my Pillars of a Town turn-based triple crown attempt. Last time we survived a bivouac, but lost our caravan and our allies Kalisha and Hyoden. Now we're trying to find the settlement of Gilded Vale. Avoid as much combat as possible here. There's probably a little bit I could manage to take, but no reason to risk it when I'm solo. Come back when I get some allies.
Greetings.
On your way south, is it? Sooner you're clear of these woods, the better, I think. Only passing through, I mean to reach Gilded Vale. You're headed the right way. Shouldn't be too much further, and there's no missing it if you keep to the road. But you'll want to keep clear of this place after that. We were just attacked north of here, me and a friend of mine. Came out here to hunt some deer. Came up on a bear instead. Great monstrous thing. Pearly, he didn't make it. I don't know what I'll tell his wife. In any case, this forest already cost me a friend. Heading home before it takes anything else. Where did you find this bear? In a cave a ways up that way. Wouldn't seek it out if I were you. It was a great brute of a beast. Would hate to hear that it took another life. Certainly agree with him. The very first time I tried playing this game, so many years back, I still tried it on permadeath even on my first playthrough and wandered straight into that bear before collecting a party and got hopelessly massacred. Even on the easier difficulty.
You must be one of the new settlers. Welcome to Gilded Vale. You'll be pleased to know that we've had some recent vacancies here.
You mad? No wonder this place looks half empty.
Of course, we'll need to make some inquiries first. The inestimable Lord Radric VII has taken great pains to insulate our town from Widewind's legacy. Have you ever conceived a hollow-born child?
No.
Are you absolutely certain? Lord Raderick has made it his first priority to eliminate this scourge from our village. I should warn you, stranger. Here in Gilded Vale, we have a special place for dissidents, charlatans, and those who would hide a curse in our midst. His lordship's wife is with child and due any day now. Without his approval, I shan't be able to find you a permanent settlement. It will have to wait until after the birth. We can continue our interview then, after the bell tolls from Radric's hold to signal my lord's new heir. In the meantime, you can find temporary accommodations at the inn just southwest of here.
Before I got here, I saw several people conducting a strange ceremony near some ruins. Want to mind where you mentioned that. Trespassing on Engwithan ruins is illegal, not to mention dangerous. You probably saw someone attempting some new ritual to appease the gods. People will try anything these days. For wrath of mercy, we certainly have. I don't think so. Just as they finished, there was a bivouac. If you'd been that close to a bivouac, you wouldn't be standing here. If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to ask. Important that everyone in Gilded Vale understand our rules. Said something about the Hollowborn and Waidwen's legacy before. Forget that you foreigners do not have this curse in your homelands. The Hollowborn have been a scourge upon the Deerwood for almost 15 years now. He lowers his voice to a whisper. Children born without souls. Pitiful dumb things that breathe, barely, but do not truly live. Some say the Hollowborn are a disease, some say they are a punishment from the gods. In truth, no one knows, but they began spreading after the Saints' War, and the name Waidwen's legacy stuck in honor of that foul, blasphemous pretender. I see. I've been feeling strange ever since a close call with the bivouac. Is there someone in town who could help?
Whatever your problem, it sounds like a matter for an animancer. However, the only animancer in Gilded Vale isn't in any condition to speak. Consider yourself fortunate. After she failed Lord Radric, we saw to it that she wouldn't profit from the misplaced trust of others. A bad cure is often worse than none at all. But if you're set on finding a bottle of troll piss or a dead Audra pebble to rub on your forehead, you're welcome to check her pockets. A little corpse stink is nothing when you're digging for shit. My advice, however, is to be satisfied that you escaped and leave it at that.
Goodbye.
Keep out of...
Listen!
2 tolls. Let that be the last.
3. Gods have mercy.
It seems your arrival is ill-timed. 3 bells toll only for the death of a Radric. I fear Lord Radric's heir is lost, or else Hollowborn, and so lost all the same. You should tread carefully. Circumstances have changed a great deal.
Does this affect the Lord's offer of offer to new settlers? I can be sure of nothing right now. I advise you to get some rest. The inn or a stable for all I care. Find me afterwards. I will know more soon enough. See a lot of running around the village today, just grabbing junk and talking to stuff. You know there's more grain in there, Trumbull. We won't settle for scraps while you grow fat on our crops. A muffled shouting emerges from inside the mill. First of you drunkards who comes through the door gets a shot between the eyes. Gods hear me, Swainer, I'll put you down like a dog. I'm away for now, lads. We'll be back, Trumbull. We'll have fair prices, or by the flame we'll have a reckoning. When I decided to record this, I had not remembered how much of the dialogue was not voice acted. Don't know if it's worth me trying, but I'm going to. Or really read aloud dramatically before. An elven man stands before you, his relatively stocky build suggesting a life of labor. His face is pale and drawn, his eyes wide. Behind him, a younger man and woman exchange worried glances. Miller raises a club as you enter, and shakes it violently in his grip. Get back if you value your life. Hold on, then. I'm not here to hurt anyone. Who are you? Is Swainer roping foreigners into his little crusade now? My name is Chie. I've only just arrived in Gilded Vale. You've picked a bad time to come visiting. Gilded Vale's had all its shine scraped off. Just a big dung heap now. Swainer thinks he's king of it. They're all of them mad. What was all that ruckus outside? Where to begin? Wayner's whipped them out to a froth, going on about the grain stores. Claims I've hidden away most of it. All I've done with the grain is sell it. Can't create it out of thin air. I can't hand it out for free. I pay the farmers for the crops they bring in, and I sell what comes out of the mill. Most of it goes to the Black Hound on the west side of town for ale. Wainer and his lot sure don't mind that part. Take a look at the field on the way into town. Crops blighted. Most of what I'm getting from the farmers. Gone off. Rotted through. Can't pay top prices for blighted wheat. I've barely got enough good grain to go around. Wainer's howling after things he has no right to. Maybe I ought to have a talk with Swainer, then. Be grateful if you did. He won't listen to me anymore. Maybe you'll have better luck. Tell him we've all be having a hard time of it. We'll all have to make some sacrifices. We'll be in your debt for it, if you can convince him. This Aomawa man is of an impressive build, towering above the countertop. His skin is the dusky blue color of the deeper oceans, and his thick arms boast corded muscle. Small ears frame a square-jawed face coated in smeared soot and arcing black tattoos alike. He offers a broad smile as you approach. Welcome! You're the first new face I've seen in quite some time. What can I do for you? What do you have here? Come to us at a strange time, I'm afraid. The stock's not what it used to be, but we've fine weapons and armor to offer yet. All forged right here at the Black Hammer. What happened? We just don't have the supplies. Been expecting the next delivery for near on a week, and haven't seen sight of it. Have to expect they were hit by bandits. Road out east is crawling with them. Or my workers ran off with the wagon themselves, maybe, to make some coin. As if that lot would dare. If you happen to be headed that way, maybe you could keep an eye out for a supply wagon. Or my shipment, at least. It'd be cutting through the Black Meadow, I expect. Only good road for it. As it is, most of our weapons go to his Grace Lord Raedric. And that's as it should be, but it doesn't leave much for outsiders. We just don't have the iron. Well, I'll find your supplies. Then you have my thanks. And you bring those supplies back, and I'll have plenty more to offer you. A discount to start. Oh, and if you find my workers, tell them to hurry it up, or they can take up farming instead. Egg the edges of the map to lock travel locations. Definitely not going to meaningfully interact with the backer NPCs. You see 4 people gathered by the door to the inn. Their raised voices and chopping gestures suggest an argument reaching its climax. First figure raises his hand for calm. His face is partially obscured by a hood, but his height and stature suggest an elf.
I meant no offense. Let's put this matter to rest over a round, shall we? My treat.
Hoping to soothe our pride with a few Adira coppers, eh? We don't need your coin.
Everyone, calm down. What's this about? I'm sure it's an overreaction. We're humble folk, but we're no fools. Not like he thinks, mocking us while he shelters in our village. We don't take to that kind of talk from foreigners, especially not Adirans.
Go on. Say it again. I'm itching for an excuse.
Why, you're itching for the kindling touch of your sister, you cocksfeather!
I'll cut that barrel-licking tongue out of your head.
This is a misunderstanding. I didn't say whatever it is you think I said. We've nigh quarrel.
That's where you're wrong.
Well, I don't think attacking him is such a good idea. And why is that? He's reaching for something, and since it's not the rapier at his side, it's either a wand or a throwing dagger. You don't look ready to deal with either. You're done for now, but this one better watch his step around here because we're not going anywhere. As the three stumble away, the elf turns to you, the tension almost gone from his smooth face.
Not quite how I hoped to get to know the neighbors. Thank you for your timely assistance with that awkward situation.
I'm glad I could help.
Courtesy is a rare pleasure in these parts, though your accent suggests that you are no more local than I.
Straightens his hood, and you note the remains of fraying embroidery on his gloves. Boots are caked with the dirt of many months' travel, but the leatherwork beneath it is sturdy and fine.
Well, I suppose introductions are in order after that little fiasco. Aloth Corvusser, at your service.
How'd you manage to get stuck out here? That is something of a long story.
Well, I'm a wizard by training, and an adventurer by necessity. I was born in the Seathwood, part of the mainland of the Adir Empire, and both of my parents served the nobility, which afforded me an education for which I'm grateful. However, there were no open positions in those houses, and so I decided to seek new means in a new land. And how exactly did you come to be here?
I was traveling with a caravan, but we were separated near some ruins.
In Gwithan ruins? Well, those can be dangerous places during the best of times, which these are not. And half the locals would arrest you for trespassing, and the rest would kill you outright. I'm curious, what exactly did you find there?
A biowac.
And you survived? I've heard such a thing was impossible. But it seems you either have a knack for timing or the favor of the gods.
Just how did you manage to cross those three drunks?
I'm afraid that was a matter of misunderstandings and mistranslations. It doesn't help that people in these parts remember their war with Adir like it was yesterday.
Well, you did make a rather lewd suggestion regarding one of the aggressors and his own sister. Now that. I tried to tell them, they misheard me. Happens all too easily after a few pints and the accent doesn't help. Well, yeah, but I heard the same thing. Just a moment, he looks as if he's about to say something else. His expression brightens with mischief. But before he can speak, he forces a tight smile, biting his lips so hard you expect to see blood. Finally, his face relaxes, and he shakes his head. I should speak more clearly next time. My apologies. Well, I should get going.
As should I, given recent events. It's just as well. I've had enough of the watered wine and lumpy beds at the inn. They say even the owner tired of the place. Just up and left one day. It explains quite a lot about the upkeep. Perhaps I could join you. I could use a change of scenery, and I find it's better to travel in numbers.
Yeah, so do I. Let's go then.
Excellent. I shall follow you.
Oh, good. Just half worried that the expert mode might have made companions auto level up so I wouldn't get a choice in what they take. I'm going to focus on stealth with Aloth, as I like my wizards being able to sneak up and open a fight with a big spell. Chill Fog is phenomenal in real-time with pause, but my attempts to use it in turn-based, it always feels a lot less good. A lot just kind of glitchy and not very easy to use. I'll go with the Thrust of Tattered Vale. It's always nice to have instant cast stuff. Here we'll take the Gallant's Focus, just for some bonus accuracy. It affects spells as well as, of course, anyone standing next to him, which makes it overall, I think, one of the best options for him. Decent intelligence gives it some AoE as well, but it's always a tiny, tiny radius regardless.
Yes?
Oh?
How may I help?
Yes, and of course I can't see the AoE.
Oh? Hello.
Oh, greetings, and welcome to the Blackhound Inn. Please sit where you like. Would you like a drink or a room? We have two available at the moment. I'm afraid we can't offer much in the way of a good meal today, unless you're fond of cold porridge. You only serve porridge? It isn't by choice, I assure you. We used to serve some of the finest meals in the Deerwood. We've had a damnable run of luck is all. It's been a bad season for the crops and we're running low on supplies. Sent Tenforth up north to stock up. Tenforth's our cook, you see. An artist with a good roast. But it's been days since he was supposed to return, and we haven't seen any sign of him. I've only just taken over from the last owner myself. I don't know what I'll do if he doesn't turn up. Yeah, I'd be happy to try to find him for you. Really, I'd be grateful if you did. He was traveling through the Valewood. It's probably nothing, a broken wheel maybe, but I do worry. You see him safely home, and I think everyone in here would sing your praises. Nobody much likes my porridge. No more about the Blackhound. Really? Well, let's see. The actual building's been here for years, but the Blackhound's fairly new. We got a lot of new faces in here, too. Fewer than we used to, I'll admit. He used to work the tables, actually, until the old owner up and left. Nobody's sure what happened to him. Even left his poor hound behind. That's the name, see? The Blackhound. Still sitting upstairs, pining after him. Poor old girl. This ended up in my hands somehow. My very own inn. A lot of hard work involved, but it's been worth it so far. Well, farewell for now. For some reason this isn't stealing. Well, it kind of feels like it should be. I think this table's the same. Take everything I can.
Gods keep you.
Don't know who you are and don't much care. Keep walking. We're not here to chat with foreigners. Careful. Looks like they're cut from the same cloth as those rowdies who attacked me. Smells like it too. Rumble says you've been, no. I saw you outside the mill. What was that about? Well, someone fancies himself a meddler, eh? What's that about? It's about Trumbull thinking he is king of the town on account of he's got the mill to his name. It's about him barely giving us anything for what wheat we bring him, and then cutting our purses when we need to buy grain. It's about farmers going hungry while some bastard gets rich off their crops. That's what it's fucking about. Now shove off. Well, what if I buy you around? Will you talk to me then? Fair enough. You bring us something to wet our throats, and might be we'll feel up to trading words.
Good day to you.
Hello again. Anything I can do for you? Still have rooms open, and it's never too early for a drink. I'd like to buy a few rounds for the fine fellows over there. Fine fellows? You're having me on. Any more fighting and I'll have to ban Swainer from the inn entirely. Until then, it's 6 copper pieces for the lot. Yeah, here you go. Right then, here. 3 drinks for 3 fools. Just take care with them. They're a hot-tempered bunch.
Hello.
Well, I brought drinks. Hey, so you have. By the flame, I've never thought I'd be so happy for a mug of that Blackhound shit beer. Gosh, that's good. Alright then, you've got my attention. What is it you've got to say that's worth a round of drinks? Well, maybe you could tell me more about what's going on. Like I said, Miller's in charge of the grain prices. He says they're fair, but I know for a fact that folks like Alfra pay half what we do. Maybe we've been a bit rough with him, but what are we supposed to do? We can't keep paying. We're gonna starve, and do you think Trumbull's gonna be sorry about it when we do? Look, there's no sense in threatening the Miller. You have him up against a wall. Maybe you could ask some of the other villagers for help. You're right. Things go on like they are, we're just gonna end up hanging from that tree out there. Tell Trumbull we'll leave him be. Don't know what we'll do now with the crops failing. I haven't got another trade to speak of. Think Pasca needs another hand around the inn?
How do you do?
Time to rest. I'm not paying anything for it. Your sleep is restless and fevered, assaulted by hisses and whispers, blanketed with a suffocating anxiety. You open your eyes to awaken and find yourself in front of Gilded Vale's gallows tree. The creaking of its ropes growing louder in your mind until the sound is deafening. Hanging from the tree is an old dwarf woman, whose face has shriveled inwards like moldering fruit. Her head hangs limply by one side. As you look at her, she looms larger and larger in your mind until she is mere inches from your face. Suddenly, her head snaps up and her eyes open. And they are empty, and behind them is a vast nothingness that makes your stomach drop. Her mouth slowly parts. In a gust of rancid air, she speaks a word. Watch her. You jolt awake, the foul smell of the dwarf woman's breath still permeating your nostrils. Sweat runs down your face in thick droplets, and your skin is soaked from head to toe. You remember the woman. You remember seeing her decaying face when you spoke with the magistrate. He called her an animancer. Though it fills you with a new, queasy apprehension, you feel a strange compulsion to see this woman once more, if only to confirm she is truly dead. Loot the upstairs and go see the animancer woman.
I'll see what I can find.
I shall make it so.
Right, this stealing, I'm fairly confident nothing ever comes of it, or anybody ever cares if you do. Oh, Stalker's Torque. Interesting. The damage of my pet. Oh. Thought that was a ring. Sure.
I can get it to spill its secrets.
The hound stares intently at the covered window, head cocked as if waiting to hear a particular sound. It looks up when you approach and whines a low note, tail wagging slightly. Pet the dog. The dog's tail thumps happily against the floorboards. Could use a good dog. Come here, girl. Dog's ears perk up, it trots over to you and barks happily. Shame the pets don't give any sort of stat bonus like in the sequel, though even there it's so tiny as to not really matter. Well, before I forget, let's check this last house that has a quest in it. The Earwooden woman is standing in front of the fireplace, humming a quiet tune to herself, or perhaps to her unborn child, for she is clearly quite pregnant. She turns her head slightly as you enter.
Greetings.
Oh, well, I was finally starting to think. Oh, I'm sorry, I was expecting someone else. Can I help you? Nice cat. Oh, thank you. She's a sweetheart. Keeps the house clear of mice, too. Just arrived in Gilded Vale and thought I'd get to know the locals. Are you with one of the caravans? Master Odima's by any chance? You knew Odima? Well, no more than most here, I'd say. He doesn't usually come this way, but they say he's a reliable old fellow. Wait, why do you say new? I'm sorry, but the caravan was attacked, and I was the only one to survive. Offer covers her mouth with a hand, eyes wide with horror. For a few moments you can manage nothing but a strangled, voiceless gasping, her eyes brimming with tears. I knew. I told her it was a dangerous path to take. Alicia was always so certain she could take on any danger. Oh, my poor sister. Sorry, stranger. I just can't believe she's gone. If only I hadn't called her here. If I hadn't written to her, she might still be alive somewhere. Offer's face crumples. The solitary tear slides down her cheek. Alicia mentioned she thought you needed help. Perhaps I can provide some assistance. That's kind of you to offer, but I don't know if I could impose this on you. It's not a small favor. I'm worried about the baby, about the legacy. I told Kalisha as much as I could, but all I know is that for a long time now, every child born in Gilded Vale has been soulless, empty. It's happened to so many mothers. Lord Raedric has exiled all of them, calling it a sign of the gods' disfavor. With my Hathort gone, I don't know how I'd manage if I lost my home, too. I hoped Kalisha could help me. Searanga, the old midwife, knows a way to prevent a child from being hollowborn. But she moved south to Anslog's Compass 2 seasons ago. The journey's too far for me. I can't make it as I am. But I don't have anyone else now with Kalisha gone. Please, can you help me? I'll find Ranga for you. You will? Oh, God's bless you. Here, I'll give you the coin to pay her with. You needn't trouble yourself with that. I think it's a drink she fashions out of, well, I'm not sure, but shouldn't be too much burden to carry back. Anslog's Compass is what we call the lagoon to the south. You'll have to cross the wilds to get there. That's what keeps me from trying it myself. Thank you again, truly. You'll be saving us both. Sets a hand on her stomach, smiling through her tears. Shame there's no way to save Kalisha. One of the biggest problems I have with the writing of the game is it often feels a little bit too pessimistic. Like almost every situation that happens in the game, just everything, every resolution is negative. The squat, distended body of an elderly dwarf woman dangles from a thin, crooked bough that sags under the tug of her knee. The bloated purple flesh of her neck, worn away in patches like moth-eaten linen, bulges over the rope that suspends her, and her lifeless head lolls forward rigidly from one side to the other. Breeze shifts. You perceive a faint glow around her that casts no light on its surroundings, but there is a tepid warmth to it, and you feel somehow that you could reach out and touch it. Not with your hands, but with some aspect of yourself that has no worldly dimension. Take a deep breath, clearing your mind, focusing on your objective. As you exhale, you feel yourself spreading out towards the hanging woman, perceiving all that lies between you and her with new, unfamiliar awareness. Once you have expanded enough to reach her, there is a sudden jolt to your mind, bringing an electric surge of images and words and sounds. Involuntarily, you shut your eyes and feel yourself being pulled down to some deeper consciousness, in a space occupied only by you and the hanging woman. And when you open them again, she is staring at you with eyes clouded in a milky fog, her body still swaying in a wind that you no longer feel from a tree that stands planted in a misty void. The woman gives a slow nod of her head, the rope creaking as she does so, and she smiles at you.
Have you come here for me, dear? Or have you gotten lost? Ah, it is both, I think. Yes?
How are you able to speak to me?
Is that what we're doing? Perhaps it just seems that way. Perhaps it is the easiest way for your mind to make sense of it. I think it is a very good choice.
Am I imagining this?
No, I think not. A pity that. It would be simpler. A mercy, then. To not have to wander anymore, no? Alas, we are here, you and I. Wherever here may be.
I need to understand something that's happened to me. She nods, a look of pity on her face, as though consoling a child.
The world looks a little different than it used to, is that it? Feels like you're noticing things for the first time that have always been there. You have seen past the shroud. It only takes an instant. Your soul remembers, yes? remembers how it sees when it leaves the body, like being reminded of a dream you had forgotten. You are a watcher now, and a watcher you will stay.
Okay, what's a watcher?
What indeed? Long hours have many animancers spent studying such things. Not I, though. Not I. I'll tell you what I know, though, since fair is fair, and here we are visiting, you and I, and it reminds me of better times. Souls pass on. Some say through Audra stones, which are the blood veins of the world. They leave the world for a time and are reborn into it, sometimes more than they were before, but usually less and seldom the same. For all souls there is a time where they do not live, yet have not passed on, and those souls roam the world, same as you or I, either leaving or lost. But no one sees them because they have forgotten how. A watcher sees, though, knows what to look for. And sometimes they know a person just by looking at them, know where they've been in ages past when their bodies were other bodies. See memories even their owner can't recall. A wonder to behold when all goes well. A wonder!
Well, what do you mean when all goes well?
Oh, nothing to be afraid of, I'm sure. It's just much to take in for some. Sometimes there's trouble sleeping or other difficulties.
She smiles at you reassuringly, fanning out a tuft of long whiskers that sprouts from one of her cheeks.
You should see old Meerwald. He could tell you much more than I. A watcher just like you. Helped many in his day. Took up in an old keep no one would claim. Not far, not far. Kadnua, beyond the Black Meadow. He will welcome the company.
I think I survived a bivouac. Do you know why that would be?
Did you now, dear? My, that would be something, wouldn't it? Could be luck, could certainly be. A storm can be a careless thing. Or maybe it got its hands around your soul but couldn't pick it up. A soul can be heavy if it stayed in one piece through its time. Strong souls, we call them in the trade. Cold, I mean. Called them. Those days are all behind me, no?
Did souls break apart over time?
Oh, yes. Entropy. Rimagan's work. We know little of why or how. We lose pieces of ourselves when we die and pick up pieces of others when we are born again, but less than what we lost. We tried to stop it with the animantic sciences, but with little success. No. A very small few resist Rimergan's influence and stay together through some force of defiance, at least for a time. But they all succumb eventually, I think.
Okay, I want to know something about you.
Me? I'll bore you to tears, though.
What happened to you? He laughs, a rasping, choked cackle escaping between rows of buttery yellow teeth, causing her body to bob up and down with each spasm. Seeing your blank expression, she catches herself.
Oh, come now. Such a question. As though the answer were plain as a rope tied for strangling. Allow an old dwarf her last bit of cheer. Well, I came where I was needed, didn't I? Offered my services to Lord Radric for a pittance. A humble pittance. I was to examine the Lord's wife, see why the gods have seen fit to poison her womb. Studied her for months, looked high and low for impurities, tested her valence, the permeability of her essence. Do you know what I found?
Tell me.
Nothing at all. A healthy woman, head to toe, blessed with a beautiful soul. Such a sweet woman, too. Meek, but warm-hearted. A few months' time, and the lord of the house demanded answers. For a time, I told him what he wanted to hear. Oh, yes, my lord. She is riddled with imbalances. I must have time to cure her. As the birth drew near, he grew impatient, as lords do. And this is where I've ended up.
What's an animancer?
A student of the soul. Something so basic, yet so poorly understood. But so many breakthroughs have been made in my lifetime. Had been made. Had been. To hear the locals tell it, we're a gang of soul manglers that preys upon the weak-minded. And the worst of us are. But the best of us? The best? Inspirations. Miracle workers. My parents were soul twins. Miserable before they met, empty inside. It was an animancer who helped one find the other. Turned their lives around. You wouldn't believe the stories. Amnesiacs helped to remember their lives. The suicidal brought back from the brink of oblivion. The elderly afforded extra moments to say their goodbyes. How soon we forget when we're afraid. It's a fascinating science. A fascinating time to be alive in a place like Deerwood that does not control the research, no? I love the Valian Republics for many things, but their recent caution will leave them behind, I fear.
Well, farewell, Caldera.
Goodbye, my dear. It was lovely visiting.
Caldera closes her eyes, and her head slumps forward over the noose, and your surrounding seems to bleed into your vision from some unknown place of waiting. Chie was granted Crucible of the Soul. Are you alright? You seemed lost just now. I'm a watcher. Well, that's interesting. I expect that explains how you survived a bivouac, hmm? In any case, I appreciate your honesty. Since we're traveling together, it's probably wise for us to share these things. Do you know anything about watchers? Only that they're rare, and that they seem to have unique insights into certain soul conditions, he coughs, as you just demonstrated. Well, let's continue on. Level up time. Well, at least some athletics, so you can use second wind, and 1 in survival. In resting bonuses in the wilderness. I really like the blind. I've often found that handy. Other than that, I find the second level spells annoying. Not particularly good, mostly because none of them have a... They're all cast types, or they're free buffs, like Merciless Gaze, which, yeah, I mean, hits to crits is nice, but it feels worthwhile. I think I'll go with Fetid Caress for the second one. Paralyzed can certainly be very powerful, especially in turn-based mode, since it takes longer to wear off if you can keep interrupting the enemy's turn, which is increasingly easier when they're paralyzed. I don't know what to get other than mechanics. Certainly you'll want to get a secondary skill a little bit. A few points in athletics might be wise, but I think for now I'll just stick with mechanics, mechanics, and more mechanics. Here it seems like the choice is obviously between Predator Aim or Swift Aim. More damage to my companion's kind of nice, but... I like the accuracy, but I want more turns. The problem is, at -7 accuracy is a lot. Well, you can take a second talent or whatever to undo most of it, and you're spending 2, whereas Vicious Aim, You're only spending the one, and there's no second talent to undo part of the cost. You can always respec, I suppose, if I change my mind, though. Inaccuracy and 20 damage is a lot. I think I'll go with the aim. I don't know, or the vicious aim. I think swift aim might be overall the better option, but I'm gonna take the vicious one. Better for hitting down really big targets, too, which is something the rest of my companions are likely to not be great at.
17 and a half.
The smell of pipe smoke, at once earthy and sweet, winds its way to your nostrils. Your eyes trace the smoke to its origin, where you find a broad man with straw-colored hair leaning against a mossy rock wall, his pipe held to his lips with one meaty hand. He looks at you directly in the eye, but the look is not aggressive. He regards you with a peculiar smirk.
17 and a half. Well, could be 18, depending on how you count the dwarf woman.
What are you talking about?
The people hanging from the tree. 18 of them. Well, last I counted, anyway.
That what you people do for fun around here?
Name's Adair. Though to the people around here, might as well be 19. Don't think I'd put you much higher than 22, 23 tops. You look like the sort that likes to get involved.
I like Adair. He's got a fun way about him.
The dwarf woman. You were trying to figure out whether to count her as a full person. I think you oughta.
What makes you think I was interested in the dwarf woman?
I was smoking over here, saw you staring at her. Twice I refilled my pipe. You never so much as blinked. Your mouth was so slack I took you for a Radric at first.
Impossible. I don't drool half as much. Ah, so you're already familiar. Still, you'll have to forgive my curiosity. Around here we prefer to turn a blind eye to our dead. Well, I've been out of sorts lately. Of course, we all got our bad days when we stand perfectly still and stare at corpses for a while without blinking. You know what a watcher is?
Careful, friend. Best not use that word round here. Could be any number of Radric bootlickers within earshot. Ciphers, animancers, watchers. Same thing in the eyes of folks around here, Radric especially. They come through these parts all the time with their cures, preying on the desperate. None of them are who they claim to be. Of course, seeing you with that funny look, I'd be halfway inclined to believe you were having some kind of communion with that dwarf. Either case, maybe I'm not 19 after all. No offense.
None taken. Good. I don't mean it personal when they hang folks here, I have to remind myself.
The town's had it in for me for a long time now. Only fellow who ever stuck up for me, well, he's number 18 up there. My headman on the farm. Used to be my captain during the war.
Why was your headman hanged? Got involved? Radric sent men down here the other day. Said they had it on good authority someone in town is working with Kolsch. Plotting Radric's overthrow. Said if he didn't come forward right then and there, they'd hang every last one of us. No one was coming forward. The Swithin, that's my headman, he steps up and says it's him. And took him at his word. He sighs and shakes his head, his eyes fixed on the tree. Bound to happen sooner or later. Not for plotting against Radric, and for protecting me. What does your town have against you?
Pick the wrong god. That's what it comes down to. Used to be a lot of Aethys worshippers in Gilded Vale. That mess of rocks over there, that was a temple to him, to give you some idea. Then one day, somebody named Widewind shows up on Deerwood's doorstep. Says he's the living flesh of Aethys. Got an army with him. Suddenly, Aethys isn't so popular in these parts. My brother Woden and me, neither of us believed it. No way was that Aethys. He enlisted, and then I did too. But, he didn't make it back. After the war, people took to punishing Aethys worshippers, accusing them of treason. Got real ugly, especially after the legacy started. Folks needed someone to blame. I was safe because I fought, but then this rumor starts that my brother, that he was on the wrong side. And I wasn't so safe anymore. until my headman stepped in and said they'd have to hang him to get to me. Seems that's no longer a concern. Of course, the townies don't do the hanging these days, but when Raedric's men come, they got no problem doing the pointing.
You can see why I was eager to leave. If you're next to be hanged, what are you still doing here? Drinking, mostly. When in fact, I'm on my way out. Haven't figured where I'm going yet. Got a whole lot of places out there that don't think Waidwin's legacy started with Waidwin. Oh, we could travel together. Where are you headed? Some place called Cade Nua. There's an old watcher there who might be able to help me.
Seem to remember hearing something about that years ago. He tamed that place. People would seek him out for all kinds of things. Troubles of the soul, questions for the departed. Of course, that was back when you didn't have to say watcher with a hush on your breath. A man such as that, there'd be things I'd want to ask him. Don't know why I never thought of it before. Not sure how I feel about setting out with a stranger, and a strange one at that. But truth be told, you might be the only one in town who wouldn't feel some relief seeing me swing from that tree.
There's a fine reason to leave if I ever heard one.
All right then. Guess I'll do some sightseeing. Long as you're not the one picking the sights.
I have no idea how I read to leave in that sentence. It does not exist at all. My brain just inserted it there. Alright, let's get going. And more leveling up.
Hey.
My stats a little bit. Don't really remember all the characters' builds exactly. Terrible perception on them, both of them. No int. Let's see. And there's just gonna go straight in on athletics. Might get something else eventually, but not for a while. And gonna weapon and shield. He's definitely gonna want to be my main tank, at least for quite some time. I want him to be as durable as I can make him. So I'd like to get a little bit of lore with him. Use scrolls occasionally to get some extra versatility. Extra engagement is nice, but it's not worth the deflection. Especially since enemies often just ignore that they're engaged, and a single disengagement attack is rarely enough to matter. Discipline Barrage is potentially interesting, but Guardian Stance would be cool if its radius was not 2 meters. The various auras in this game all have such a minute range as to be nearly worthless as actual auras. Like that would legit have to be like 6 meters to be worth it. So confident aim it is, almost through just elimination. I mean, it basically gives a decent chunk of the Discipline Barrage benefit, but passively forever. So. And the plus 20 minimum damage, not that I have any idea how that's actually implemented. I tried looking it up once and found no information. And we've got an actual team going.
Certainly.
I don't know that I've ever used a Scroll of Tanglefoot, but I'll toss it on Eder so that he has options. Maybe I'll surprise myself and find a use for it at some point. Actually, I'll toss it. Lost. And with that, I think we're done with Gilded Vale for a little bit. Until we get some quests done and have to come back to hand them in. Down to pick up more party members before doing too much in the way of combat. Or any, if I can get away with it.
Silence surrounds me.
Now here's something.
Saw you in the flames.
Squatting at the base of the statue is an incredibly ugly man with bulging red cheeks raked by pock scars and a scraggly beard. He is swatting as if he has a fever, but his breathing is measured and steady, like a slow push of a blacksmith's bellows. But that comparison feels strange and unwelcome. The next comparison, possibly sparked by his grin, is that of a bear trap, and then, out of nowhere, there's a hint of alchemical fire that fades almost as soon as you identify the smell.
Come to pray at the statue?
The question mark is barely there. As the man makes the statement, the statue takes on a reddish cast, as if one is holding a torch to it, then slowly blossoms into waving flames. The man doesn't turn as the statue blossoms into fire.
The others are welcome, but it's best if just you and I trade words, and your shadows stay quiet. Hands off their weapons, both arcane and steel. It's only you I want to trade words with anyway. I swear before the whore that is Margaret, no harm will come to you in her shadow, if that's enough of a promise for you. If not...
A staff rests easily in his hand. It wasn't there a moment ago. Strange choice of company. Stone seems cold comfort. I could do better, but the road holds little else. Until now.
The world holds many whores we worship. Respect comes with honest titles. I bet even you have gone against instinct in exchange for a little copper, or paid for such in countless ways. But if I give offense, if words are all that are left to a man, then why in the Deerwood of all places he should have leave to speak them?
The weaving firelight from the statue gives off no heat, so much so you wonder if it is some trick of the mind. The ugly man before you doesn't seem to notice it or feel it, although the sheen on his brow is still present, as if he's burning up from within. And that phrasing, gives off no heat, so much so, is such a strange one. The sudden weaving flames from the statue of Magron cast more light on his features. The man's robes are dirty, stained with grease, and other marks of the road. Hems of his robes, including the sleeves, are burned at the edges as if he walked a great distance across a fire, then reached into the flames with his hands to pull something out. But while his hands are thick and calloused, they bear no burn or scorch mark. Staff looks thick, stout of blackened ash, once burned by a terrible fire. Beneath the ash, the lines in the wood bear shapes and patterns, and there is a certainty the staff was once something far more dangerous. But not now. Didn't catch your name or why you want to speak with me.
I didn't give it. You probably find names as useless as I do. The names that litter this world like debris are hard enough to wrap around the tongue. And what do they matter? It's what's beneath the skin and the letters I care about. What burns within. It's more important to me you're a watcher than whatever culture or accent decorates your letters like awkward crowns. Take pride in your actions, not where you hail from, or how your name rolls off whatever liar's tongue coats it now. If you need a title to hang on me to match your own, Watcher, then call me Durance. And as you observe souls, I test them.
And how did you know I was a watcher? I can see the questions bubbling up. Let's burn them away one by one.
I am a missionary. I walk this diseased nation with its heathen, its people so careless with the spirits of others and their own, watchers among them. Yes, I know you for what you are, and your name doesn't interest me. Names are for honest folk, and you are a crack that shines light from another place. We're meant to travel together, you and I. Saw you in the flames. Not your face, but that soul of yours, all tightened up like a huntsman's knot.
You saw my soul in the flames?
There's things we can teach each other, if you're in need of answers to your mantle of questions. I don't force my words on anyone other than you. I don't care who walks with you or what their mewling problems and politics are. There's enough howling in the world without me stoking that fire. I won't take from your provisions, don't need much on the road. I can carry my weight, which is considerable. Many will stand against you. They probably already have, from what I can see. Left their marks, it seems. Like a trail, worming its way behind you.
Well, if your stone mistress there allows it, then come on.
Her? Don't fear her jealousy. Let us see what the road holds, Watcher. What?
Oof, dexterity and perception of non-existence. Int and resolve. Not sure what to do with him as much. I'm only gonna get at least one survival so he can get the benefit on rests. Probably more athletics, just help keep him alive. Starting lore makes it tempting to put more into lore, but I just don't think it's very helpful for him. Right, like pretty much all of the abilities that improve. Yeah. Holy Radiance. Good damage one to start with. I know I've read a lot of people saying that the Holy Radiance is just not a very good ability. But to me, it seems to be amongst the better things that the priests have access to, since their actual spells are all kind of needlessly gimmicky and hard to use, or way too situational, such that you'll never remember to use them. Can't take stuff out of here, right? Yeah. Oh well. I'd like to give him a shield, but deal with that when possible.
Margaret's fire casts light in
One more party member to collect before I start doing a lot of combat.
Yes.
How may I help?
It's so weird not to have the AoE indicators.
I'll let Margaret's fire bless this one.
Nice.
Yes? These ones are in for a walloping!
What? I'll let Margaret's fire bless this one.
How may I
Oh,
help?
I missed the knockdown.
These ones are in for a walloping!
I'll let Margaret's fire bless this.
Let's have it out!
And what does the flame reveal?
Probably don't need to be sneaking my way through with the pause on enemy revealed, or enemy sighted auto pause feature, but better safe than sorry. Just off the side of the path into Caed Nua stands an imposing figure, a tall, thick-set Aumaua, clad in worn armor and peering up at the outer walls of the keep. In his hands is a small piece of charcoal. He works feverishly at taking notes upon a small scrap of paper. More than once he has to reach up to prevent his colorful cap from falling off his head as he gazes upwards. That moldy brickwork must be fascinating. The man looks over at you, blinking in surprise. His face splits in a wide and very toothy grin. He waves the parchment in greeting.
It is. Well, not the wall itself, perhaps. The construction is very traditional. There are names scratched upon some of the bricks. Just there. Workers and masons, I expect. Carving a little immortality for themselves. It's a fine keep, Caed Nua. 2 centuries to its name, and abandoned for nearly as long. But the truly interesting part is in there, and I haven't had much luck in reaching the keep itself. I hoped to find the master of this place, a man by the name of Merwald, but it seems that he either holds his privacy most dear, or else has been devoured by his house guests.
Oh, I came here looking for Merwald as well.
Oh, truly? Then perhaps we can help one another. The grounds are infested with all manner of beasts. I've never seen the like. I didn't want to risk it alone, but you seem capable. Together, I'm sure we could manage it. And then we can both ask our questions of Merwald. I seek a great treasure, you see. Not gold or silver, but the Tanvi Oratoa. You might call it the Book of Virtues. It's a sacred text of the Rauatai, but we possess only a fragment of it. A year I've journeyed in search of the rest, and I uncovered evidence that leads me to believe the original lies just there, beneath the keep.
Well, then we must find it.
Excellent. Lead on, my friend, and I will be at your heels. Ah, wait. Speaking of that, I ought to warn you first. Wondrous teeth, I nearly forgot. I have, at times, been followed. It began in Adir, and in Exometal they attacked outright. I believe they do not wish for me to find what I am looking for. I say believe, but I have been told as much by one of my would-be assassins. I pay them little mind. Humorless sorts in long robes. But it's why I bought the sword, you see. And it's only fair that you should know.
Well, what are a few assassins between friends?
I'm glad you're not discouraged. Come then. Who knows what we will find inside?
I like Kana a lot.
Yes?
Once again, we start with a little bit of athletics and survival, and then we ponder what he would even want with him. I don't really think there's any benefit to having a party member that has very high lore, although I've got nothing else, so I'm probably just going to do that. Mixture of lore and athletics, mostly. Ernie Darrett's Ghost, of course, is by far the best of these, it feels like, in the early game, though thrice was she wronged and thrice justly avenged is also fairly good. As is this, not worth it early on, but pretty good at times. Downing damage reduction can be very valuable, although the accuracy for Fortitude is a problem, since the things with the highest damage reduction usually also have very high Fortitude saves. Ancient Memory is another ability that just kind of feels like a talent tax, like Chanters were kind of designed around the assumption they would have this, so you're more or less required to get it for them to be an effective party member. Unfortunate. Even split between athletics and lore? Sure, why not? I mean, lore is basically only valuable in odd, or in even numbers, but oh well. Come, soft winds of death. By far the best phrase of Tier 1. In my opinion.
Following your lead.
Always just like having my melee weapons on set 1. Really matter, but it's nice. Kind of hate that he has 3 sets, because often in battle I just kind of swap by clicking once, and in battle if I do that it creates a cooldown, which could get him stuck on the wrong set. So with him I always have to be careful that he's got 3.
Right. Following your lead.
Very weak racial benefit that the Aomawa get. And we're not sticking around Cade Nua. Well, he claimed in the dialogue that we'd be able to take this keep together. He is wrong. We would be destroyed. Now it's time to go through the various wilderness areas and clean up and get some gear and experience.
Keeping an eye out. Hi?
There's a lesson to be taught.
Get him, Nanook.
Yes? Way sail, Mason. Your tale ends here!
I shall deal with this one.
Oh?
What? I'll let Margaret's fire bless this one.
Leave it to me! Hi?
Oh?
Following your lead. Your tale ends here!
Oh.
Sharp eyes and keen ears. Hmm?
Yes, it could be quite dangerous, so they have a very high chance to interrupt, it seems, from my experimentations in the past, which can just completely stop you from getting turns.
Hi?
If it makes you rest easy.
Hey.
Let's end this!
They also die real quick, which is nice. I don't know why, when I clicked on Chie's portrait to pick up the items, it sent them to Kana. It happens a lot, but not all of the time. I've never pieced together why it does.
Hello? Hello?
Hmm? Hmm?
How may I help? Indeed.
What?
Probably should have down to
Feeling the
flank the
strain.
one that's attacking Aloth, but think it.
Yes.
Spot on.
There's a lesson to be taught.
Yes?
That's why we get athletics with everyone. Ah, perfect.
Spot on.
Those things do a ton of damage. Particularly to the light and poorly armored people. Which is half the party, since really only Edar and Canna start with actual armor. I'm gonna give Durance the Arquebus because he'll eventually be grabbing a talent that gives him bonus to hit arquebuses and long swords.
What have we
Light,
here?
flame, and sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
These random stags you can get early on are seem to exist solely because they give experience when you kill them.
Yes.
Oh, almost one-shot Canna.
Aye?
What?
Hey.
300 is some odd experience for that.
Keeping an eye out.
Not bad. The deer, on the other hand, give nothing, so no reason to murder them.
Oh.
Yes?
Hmm.
Hey.
Yes? Way sailmates made to your tail ends here!
What? Let's burn this away!
Following your lead. Let's end this!
Aye? These uns are in for a walloping!
Hmm.
Let's stay away from the fight at the top of this place for now. It's a little bit harder. I could probably take it just fine, but again, no point risking it. Clear out some of the easier stuff first.
Oh.
Yes?
I'll let Margaret's fire bless this one.
Let us end this!
How may I help?
Skirmishers are the dangerous ones with the paralyze on hit. Virtually never misses. And it's fortitude. Yeah, accuracy versus fortitude.
Following your lead. For Takoa!
What?
Yes.
Hey,
Let's burn this away!
Let's have it out!
Sharp eyes and keen ears. Yes.
yes?
Certainly. Sharp eyes and keen ears.
Looks like Andra's gushing enough for
Now here's something.
booze.
That'd be a lot easier to use if I had the accuracy estimates you get. Not in expert mode. Or if I just knew the game better to know which targets for sure are going to be difficult to hit. Certainly remember some, but not all. Here's my luck. The bridge to Defiance Bay is out. If that's where you're headed, you'll need to find another route. What are you doing here? I'd been attempting to turn a quick copper, but just my luck. The blasted current threw my ferry into the rocks, dashed it and my profits to pieces. Making matters worse, when I went to prowl the shore to salvage whatever shipping crates didn't sink, a pair of looters attacked me. The damned brigands had the nerve to attack. I managed to avoid harm, but now they've stolen by force all that is left of my fortune. You know, you look like you'd fare better against those looters than little old me. Could I enlist you to help? Yeah, I'll take a look. Thank you. I'm sure those thugs have made a mess of my stock, but maybe there's something there to be saved.
To whispers and shadows.
Oh. Fighting on hills like this, the game has a very odd way of dealing with height levels. It doesn't really feel consistent, like it half ignores them and half doesn't.
Following your lead. Wait, sail, your tail end. Let's end this. Following your lead. Let's end this. Fort. Yes?
Certainly.
Gathered around the soggy timbers of a shipwreckage, men and women pick through the driftwood, snatching muddy silverware, moldy clothes, chipped pottery, and anything else they can spot amongst the detritus. All eyes turn to you as you approach. The group trade nervous stares at you until at last a woman in muddy clothes steps forward and speaks. Where are Brettel and Terran? She asks. They were just up along the path and we heard fighting. Her eyes narrow and a hand moves towards the knife at her belt as she anticipates your reply. Who? My cousins. They were waiting up the path, keeping an eye out for... Enwin's voice falls silent as she looks at the path by which you arrived. Trouble. This wreckage is private property and you're looting? Looting? But this is a wreck. What value does it have? Men and women all turn to her, their faces frightened and worried. Please, we need these supplies dearly. Storm took everything from us. It's not our desire to steal, but we are destitute. Would we let these wares sink to the river bottom? Regardless of your need, you're still stealing from Paragund. Perhaps we could tell the merchant you found nothing beyond bits of driftwood. From her point of view, it will be as if the river washed it all away. Besides, how much copper will she really make by selling these rotting clothes and soiled wares? I'll not lie to cover your thievery. Henwin looks at her comrades, all nodding in agreement. You leave us with no choice. Not a way of solving this that I'm a huge fan of, but also, if I recall correctly, it gets you a big discount later at her store in the city, and money is hard to come by in the early game. Good. Really afraid Canna was gonna die there for a second. I'll get knocked out at least.
What?
Ooh, this spell in particular, I need the targeting thing because it's super glitchy and sometimes just doesn't go where you target. Works well enough.
Okay.
Following your lead.
Yes.
What? I'll let Margaret's fire bless this one.
Let's...
And in addition to the discount later, I also really want that cap I just picked up. Let's see, I selected her, I clicked up the cap, and it went to Durance for some reason, but then the sword went to Chie. So baffling. Right. Cap has this immunity to confused, which is very valuable with a certain enemy, and it's relatively common in the early game. I don't really need +2 int on Edar, but I want him not to be confused. My helpful stranger returns. Have you managed to find anything yet? Even if all you found is driftwood, just knowing those looters got what they deserved would moisten my breeches. Would these happen to be your wares? Thank you. I was beginning to think it had all sunk into the bottom of the river. She reaches into her tunic pocket and hands something to you. Consider this a small token of my gratitude. I will reward you properly when you visit my shop in Defiance Bay.
And what does the flame reveal?
Yes?
What?
I don't know why he's not wearing a shield in combat. Hopefully it's just a rendering bug.
Hey.
Actually, defensive 41. And that is with the shield bonus, so I guess it is just a rendering bug.
Leave it to me! You're not getting through me.
Yes? Way sailors made for to call.
There's a lesson to be taught.
For Takoa!
Oof, unlucky
How
miss.
may I help? La Baru beyond seek!
Oh.
Aye?
They do like hitting Anna for a lot of damage.
La Baru beyond seek!
I'll let Margaret's fire bless this one.
Well, there were some camping supplies over here, so I might as well rest and grab those. Of course, everyone grabs damage reduction 1. I doubt I'll ever bother to increase my call it survival high enough to get anything else. Probable it's worth it some way or for some circumstance, but it doesn't feel it. Everything else seems like it has more use.
Let's see what lies this way.
What? I'll let Margaret's fire bless this one. Yeah!
Nope. Didn't realize he was selling his bow.
Yes? Way sailors made to. Let's end this!
Yes?
Yes.
And what does the flame reveal?
Oh? Oh? Spot on!
Yes? Indeed. Arthek Worth and Wrath! Hey. Not to alarm you, but I'm slowly dying of poison.
A lot of damage. Hopefully that'll keep them from doing much more.
Way sailors made to. Let's end this!
What? There's a lesson to be taught.
Been poisoned.
Hey. Aye?
Let's end this!
I'll let Margaret's
Should have
fire
summoned the
bless
goose. I didn't notice it was full until I was ending his turn.
Yes.
Hey,
Yeah! What? Here's a lesson to be taught.
I shall deal with this one.
Yes? Proactive!
Such good damage on that thing. And the paralyzed chance is great too.
Hey, you're not getting through me.
Let's burn this away.
Let's have it out!
For Takoa!
What? Let's burn this away.
For Athens!
Yes?
Let's have it out!
Poison.
Yes.
I'll let Margaret's fire bless this one.
Proactive!
These ones are in for a walloping!
You're not getting through me.
What? Let's burn this away.
Yes?
These ones are in for a walloping!
Hey,
For Athens!
Yes? Let's end this!
Alrighty, it looks like that's everything here, and with that, I'm going to call it closed to Session 2. Collected as much of my party as I can get before I can take down Cadenua, and cleared one of the smallest wilderness zones. That should be good.